Hello. Hello. Yes. Now. Yes. Now we are going to discuss CSAT 2019 question paper. I think it's a very easy question paper. Okay. The first one, we are going to discuss the 8th question from C booklet. It is given if every alternative letter of English alphabet from B onwards, including B, is written lowercase and the remaining letters are capitalized, then how many the first month of the second half of the year written, right? Okay, in this question, July, in the July, we need to find out the odd letter, odd number of odd letter, right? A is the odd letter, right? B is the even letter, right? Even the place, right? C is in the odd place, like that. J is the 12th letter, right? Sorry, J is the 10th letter, so J should be small, so smaller letter, so we can eliminate the answer choice A. Okay, next one, 25th letter. Why is the 25th letter? Then why should be odd place, right? Why should be, why is in odd place, so why should be what letter? Capital letter. So if you choose B, C, D, B can be eliminated and C also can be eliminated. The answer choice D. Just you need to check only two letters, the first letter and the last letter. These two are enough to eliminate the three answer choices. Using the first one, using the first letter, you can eliminate the first answer choice. Using the last letter, we can eliminate remaining B and C. So the answer should be D option. Have you understood? That's a very simple question. Next one, it's given. Sunitha cuts a sheet of paper into 3 pieces. Length of the first piece equal to average of 3 single digit odd prime numbers. We know single digit odd prime numbers 3, 5 and 7, right? Average of these 3, that means if I take the first length is A, the average is 5. The second is given, length of the second piece is equal to that of first plus one third of the third. See, the second is equal to the first one plus one third of the last, right? See, already we know this A value 5, fine. The third piece is as long as the other two pieces together, the length of the original piece. Listen here, C is equal to A plus B. Once you substitute instead of C, A plus B, instead of C we can substitute A plus B, and we know the A value also 5, here also 5. That means B is equal to 5 plus 1/3 of 5 plus B. It's a very easy to find out the B value. Okay, B value is 10. Once B value is 10, can you find out the C value? C value is equal to 15. The reason is A value already we know 5. Have you understood this equation? It's very simple to solve, right? Okay, B value should be, once again, one third of 5 plus B, right? If once you add these two, this should be multiples of 3. Then what value we substitute? That is B equal to 10. So A is 5, B is 10, C is 15. What's the question? The length of the original sheet of the paper is, the answer is 30 units. The answer choice D. Next, the 10th question, in the sequence 1, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 4, 3, 5, 7, how many 5s are there which are not immediately preceded by 3 but are immediately followed by 7? Just look at the values here. How many 5s are there? 1, 2, 3, 3. How many fives are there? Only 3 fives, right? It's a given, not immediately preceded by 3. So you can eliminate this one and you can eliminate this one, but immediately followed by 7, right? So the answer should be only one possibility, 157. In this case only, not preceded by 3 but are followed by 7. Answer is first option A. Answer is 1. Have you understood? That's a very simple question. Next, a joint family consists of 7 members A, B, C, D, E, F and G with 3 females. It's a given 3 females. G is a widow, so G is female. So we understood G is female. Next one, and sister-in-law of D's father F. So F is male. Next one, B and D are siblings and A is daughter of B, C is cousin of B, who is E. Just whatever the things we know first, right? B and D are siblings. So B and D are siblings. Wait for some time. Next, A is daughter of B. A is female, that we know, right? And C is cousin of B. Sorry. In this one, it is given B and D are siblings. B and D are siblings. Okay, and C is cousin, right here separately. Okay, B and siblings. Okay, fine. And it's a given D's father. D's father is G. G is a widow. So here in this one, G is female. G is female. It is given sister-in-law of D's father F. D's father F male, right? Okay, it is it's given sister-in-law, right? So one is only one left out, A, B, C, D. One is one left out, E. If F and E are husband and wife, then G should be D's father's sister-in-law. Okay, here wife, who is E? Wife of F. Yeah, that's correct. Next one, grandmother of A. Grandmother. Okay, see, already we know B and D are siblings, so it is correct also, right? So answer is 1 and 2 only. It is not at all given 1 and 2 and 3, right? So it is very easy to choose. Answer is 1 and 2 only. Next, each face of a cube can be painted in black or white. In how many different ways can the cube be painted? Assume all sides are black, only one way. Okay, only one way. Assume only one side white. If I take one side white, that also one way, right? Next one, if I take two whites, two possibilities. What are the two possibilities? Either two are adjacent or two are opposite. Two whites. Here I take the first one, one white. How many ways? Only one possibility, right? If I take two whites, two possibilities are there. Okay, if I take three whites, how many possibilities? See, three are, for example, if I take three white, here also two possibilities, that I'll explain you later. If I take four white also two possibilities. If I take five white, then how many possibilities? Then only one possibility. Okay, listen here, 2, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. The answer for this question is 9. Have you understood? Okay, if you imagine the cube, you can find out the answer for this question easily. 5 white, it's a very simple. Once if I take 5 white, then only one black, right? If I take one white, that's a 5 are black. So these two clearly you can understand. This one, all are black, all are white. That's a one way. Here two ways, two adjacent are opposite, right? Here two ways. These two are, you need to imagine the cube, then you can find out the answer, right? The answer for the 12th question is answer choice A, answer is 9. Next, how many triplets x, y, z satisfy the equation x plus y plus z is equal to 6, where x, y, z are natural numbers? I'll explain you two ways, but here it's not necessary. I'll explain you only one way. If I take x plus y plus z equal to 6, right? If I take x equal to 1, how many possibilities are there for 5? For 5, you can write 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, or I'll write the possibilities. If I take 1, then 1 plus, the next one is 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 4 or 4 plus 1. How many possibilities? 4 possibilities. If I take x equal to 1, if I take x equal to 2, 4, then rest y plus z should be 4, right? Here 1 plus 3 or 3 plus 1 or 2 plus 2. How many possibilities? 3 possibilities. In the first case, 4 possibilities. In the first case, 4 possibilities. The second case, 3 possibilities. If I take x equal to 3, then y plus z should be 3. Then 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1. How many possibilities? 2 possibilities. Right? Next, I'll take x equal to 4. Then how many possibilities? 1 plus 1. Only one possibility. Right? 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 1, 10 possibilities. Manually you can find out the answer for this question. Otherwise I'll explain you the other way. See, we take how many x plus y plus z is equal to 6. Okay, it is given natural numbers. That means the minimum value of x plus y plus z equal to 1. X is 1, y is 1, z is 1. The minimum value. The remaining x plus y plus z equal to only 3. Right? Here, 3 girls are there, 3 chocolates. How many ways these 3 can be distributed? Okay, here 3 chocolates, put 3 zeros, then 3 members are there, 2 dividers enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These can be arranged in 5 factorial. 2 ones are there, 2 factorial, 3 zeros are same, so 3 factorial. If you solve, you'll get 10 factorial. So instead of this, you can do the previous method. That's a very simple approach to find the answer for the question. Manually you can find out the answer. Next, in this question, it's a very simple question. 10, it's given 10. The next, this symbol is coded as, that means minus 5. Then this symbol is coded as multiplication. Then this dollar symbol is coded as 1. After that, division, right? Divided by 5. See, this is it's a very easy question. 10 minus 5 into 1 by 5. 5 gets cancelled. 10 minus 1. The answer is 9 for this question. The answer for this question is 9. Have you understood? Okay. An 8-digit number 42527446b leaves remainder 0 and divided by 3. How many values of b are possible? That's a very simple. What's the divisibility rule for 3? Sum of the digits should be divisible by 3, right? 42527446b. That's the easiest way. I'll explain you. First, eliminate which gives you the sum 9. Eliminate 4 and 5. Anyway, it is divisible once you add. Next, eliminate 2 and 7. That's nothing but 2 plus 7, 9. Okay, anyway, it is divisible. Then 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus b. 12 plus b should be divisible by 3, right? The remainder is 0 means it is divisible by 3. If I put b equal to 0, it is divisible. B equal to 0. That means 12 plus 0, it is divisible. 12 plus 3, divisible. 12 plus 6, divisible. 12 plus 9, it is divisible, right? How many possibilities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many values of b are possible? The answer for 15th question is, answer is C option, 4 possibilities. That's easily you can find out the answer. Yes. Next question. 6 students A, B, C, D, E and F appeared in the several tests. Either C or F scores highest. Either, it's a given condition is either C is highest or F is highest. Okay. Next one. Whenever C scores highest, then E scores the least. Whenever C scores highest, E scores the least, right? Next one, whenever F scores the highest, B scores the least. Only 2 cases, but in this question 3 items are given, right? So once you solve this question, you can find out answer for 3 questions. In all the tests, they got different marks. D scores higher than A. Write down the given data here. D scores higher than A. Next to it's okay, I'll write here. D scores higher than A. Next, but they are close competitors. That means there is no one in between D and A. A scores higher than B. A scores higher than B. C scores higher than what? A. Right? Okay. Now go through the question. C, D, A, B. Okay. What's the question? If F stands second ranking, listen here. Just I copy this. Yes, I paste here. If F stands in the second ranking, then position of B. Listen here, once F stands second ranking, that means C should be in the first rank. C is more than F, then more than D, this is more than A, more than B. Once F stands second rank, right, then C should be the highest. If C is highest, then E should be the lowest. For this question, the position of B, then the position of B. If you rank, you need to rank the highest to lowest, right? First rank, the second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank. Rank of B is fifth rank. The answer choice C. See, hold this equation to solve the 17th question also. B scores the least, the rank of C. Once again, once B scores least, once B is the last person, who is the first person? F should be the first person, right? If F is the first person, C should be in the second rank. Have you understood? That's a very clear information. Very clear information. If either C or F is the highest, once F is the highest, then C should be the second rank. That's indirectly given. B is the lowest. B is the lowest. It directly means that F is the highest. Next, 18th question. If E is ranked third, then which of the following is the correct? Okay. See, once again, C gets more marks than E. See, anyway, F or C in the first and second places, or C and F, right? E is the third rank. Third rank means E gets more ranks than C. That is wrong. C gets more marks than E. That is correct. The answer choice B. 18th question, answer choice B. Next, these questions are very simple. There's 2 statements given. From the first statement you can understand 2 times of S. 2 times of S is less than weight of Mohan and Rogan or Rogan. 2 times of S less than Mohan. 2 times of S less than Rogan, right? 2 times of S itself less than Mohan. 2 times of S itself less than R. Next, twice the weight of Rogan is greater than weight of Mohan or that of Shogun. So 2 times greater, 2 times of R is greater than S. 2 times of R is greater than M. Okay, here we can understand one thing. S is the least. The reason is if you compare S, M and R, S is the least. Okay, which of the following statements is correct? Weight of Mohan is greatest. That we can't find. The reason is either R is the highest or M is the highest. That we can't find. Next one, weight of the Shogun is the greatest. That is wrong. Weight of the Rogan is the greatest. No. Whose weight is greatest cannot be determined. Answer for this question is D. We can find out one thing. Who is the least weight? What's the next question? The next question, which one of the following statements is correct? The first one, weight of the Mohan least, weight of the Shogun least. The answer is B. least we can find out, the highest we can find out. The reason is, see, we can't find, there is no comparison is given between M and R. Next, in this question, 132, 129, 124, 117, 106, 93x. That's very simple. What's the difference here? 3. Next difference 5. Next difference 7. Next difference how much? 11. Next difference 13. Next difference 17. So the answer for this question is 76. Prime number difference. Next one, a wall clock moves 10 minutes fast in every 24 hours. The clock was right to show the correct time 8 a.m. Monday. 8 a.m. Monday, the correct clock, right? When the clock shows the time 6 p.m. on Wednesday, what is the correct time? See, Tuesday normal time. If the normal time is 8 o'clock, then the clock will show 7:50, right? Okay, Wednesday morning, this is 8 a.m. This is 8 a.m. This also 8 a.m. right? 8 a.m. This will show 7:40, right? 7:40. Then what's the question? When the clock shows 6 p.m. right? 6 p.m. How many hours difference? If it is 12 hours difference, then we can say 5 minutes. 24 hours, if it is 24 hours difference, it is given 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. If it is 12 hours difference, 12 hours means 5 minutes. Here it's not 12 hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. here only 10 hours. So the answer this should be less than 4 minutes, less than 5 minutes, approximately 4 minutes. That means actual watch will show actual clock will show 6 p.m. here already 20 minutes late, then it should be 5:40. What's 5:40? 4 minutes less than 5:40. The answer should be 4:36 p.m. Okay, none of the options is very closer to 4 minutes. See, it's what's the gap? 10 minutes gap, 6 minutes gap, then 5:40. No, it's not 6 minutes, 16 minutes gap, then it's a more than that. Okay, so this only 4 minutes gap, so answer should be 5:36 approximately. It's not given in seconds, only it's a given minutes, so it's very easy to answer. If numerator and denominator of a proper fraction is increased by the same positive quantity which is greater than 0, the resulting fraction is, that's a very simple. If I take a by b less than 1, simple example, I'll take 2 and 4. 2 by 4, what's the value? 2 by 4 is 0.5. I'm going to add plus 2, I'm going to add 2 to the numerator and 2 to the denominator. That's very simple. 2 by 4 plus 2 and plus 2, right? What's the numerator? Numerator is 4, the denominator is 6. It's nothing but 2 by 3. 2 by 3, it's nothing but 0.66, right? It's a resulting fraction. What's the question? The resulting fraction. Now you can understand a by b less than 1 means a by b less than a plus x divided by b plus x, where x is a positive integer or the positive value. Okay, the resulting fraction is always less than original fraction. No, always greater than the original fraction. That's the answer. Mark the answer, then go to the next question. Don't waste your time to see the rest of the options. It's very clear. If it is given the questions like this, just take one example and solve the question. Next, 4, 196, 16, then what's 144, 36, 164. That's very simple. What's a 14? This is 14 square. This one is 12 square. This one is 10 square. This one should be 8 square. Answer is 64. right? The odd, this one 14 square, 12 square, 10 square, then it should be 8 square. Answer 64. In a group 15 people, 7 can read French, 7 read English, while 3 of them read neither of the two languages. The number of people who can read exactly one language. See, if you put two circles, French is 7, then English is 8, 3 of them, put the whole box, that is 3, right? So we know this one, this is x. If it is x, it's a 7 minus x, this should be 8 minus x. If you want to solve like this, solve. Okay, 8 plus 7, 15. So 7 minus x plus 8 minus x equal to 7 plus 8, 15. 15, you need to subtract this 3, 12. So what's the value of x? Cancel these two. Okay, 15 minus x equal to 12, x equal to 3. Once x equal to 3, x value is 3. Can you find out this alone? Once x value is 3, this is 7 minus 3, this is 4, 8 minus 3, 5. What's the question? The number of people who read exactly one language. This is exactly one language, this is also exactly one language. So the answer for this question is 9. The printer numbers a printer numbers the passages of a book starting with 1 and uses 3089 digits in all. How many pages does the book have? That's a very simple. If we take single digit number 9, if we take two digit numbers 10 to 99, totally 90 numbers will have 2 digits, so 180 digits. If we take 100 to 999, 900 numbers will have 3 digits, 2700, right? Okay, if you add all the 3, that is 20, 27, 27, 2, 1 second, subtract 9 plus 18 plus 2700, what's the total? Okay, after adding these, subtract 3089. If you subtract 3089, the remaining is how many numbers will be there? I think till this it's okay, fine. 1 second. Sorry, it's not 8. Sorry, I made a mistake. Totally how many numbers? 9 single digit numbers. Then 2 digit numbers of 90 2 digit numbers, 90 into 2, 180, plus 3 digit numbers 2700, right? Once you write like this, 2700 plus 180 plus 9, 8, this one is 8, okay, remaining is how? 889, 2889. What's the remaining? Remaining is 3089, 28890, then 200, right? 200. So how many numbers? Okay, up to what number? Plus, don't make mistake, remaining from 1000, 4 digit numbers start from 1000, right? Don't make mistake. 50, it is 49, 1002, 1049, how many numbers are there? How many digits you need to type? 200. So answer for this question 1049, 1050 is the most probable wrong answer. Next, yeah. 1 second. In this question, we'll discuss easily. A family has 2 children. Along the parents, The average weights of the children and their parents, their mother is 50 kg, right? The average weight of the children and their father is 52. Weight of the father is 60 kg. What's the weight of the mother? That's a very simple approach, I'll tell you. Okay, A, B plus father divided by 3. What's average? Average is 52, right? A plus B plus mother divided by 3 equal to 50. Average is decreased by 2. That means total will be decreased by 60, decreased by 6. Total will be decreased by 6. That means the difference between these two equations should be 6. Already we know father age is 60, so mother's age should be 6 less than 60. The mother's weight should be 54. Answer for this question is 54. Have you understood? எதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணாலும் அப்படியே தெரியும். லைவ்ல பார்த்துக்கோங்க. லைவ் ஆனில் தான் இருக்கும். இதை கரெக்டாக
Well, those who are following the CSAT 2019 discussion, we are considering C series. Question number 1. Which one of the following is the most logical, rational and crucial message conveyed by the above passage? In fact, when you go through the passages, this time for 2019, competition passages have been really quite challenging. Probably eliminating options will help you to get the answers quickly. Question number 1 has been read out. You have been given 4 choices. Choice A, public research institutions should take the lead in GM technology and prioritize the technology agenda. There isn't any insistence that public research institutions should take the lead. In fact, the passage states that the priority should change. It doesn't talk about the agency that carry the change. So A can be eliminated. அப்படி வாங்க. Look at option B. Developing countries should raise this issue in WTO and ensure the abolition of. There is no reference to abolition of IPR, intellectual property rights, so option B can also be eliminated. Private corporations should not be allowed to do agribusiness, should not be allowed. That's a bit extreme. All that has been stated in the passages, priorities should change. That's all. Therefore, the right choice is option D for question number 1. இதுல போதா?
இது கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.
இது மாறலையே.
சேவ் பண்ணி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுங்க. சேவ் பண்ணி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Now see hobbies. Hobbies. It comes. It's okay. General account. General account.
phone கூட. phone கூட. Question paper display ஆகும். Passages display. Okay. I like to repeat the first question again. Option A says, question number 1, which one of the following is the most logical, rational, and crucial message conveyed by the above passage? Option A, public research institutions should take the lead in GM technology and prioritize the technology agenda. The entire emphasis on the passage is the priority must be given to genetic modification, the incorporation of genes that can help impart resistance to drought, salinity and other stresses. You can refer to the last sentence wherein we are discussing the priority should happen in the areas and we're discussing the agents. So A can be eliminated. Option B can be easily eliminated because there is no reference to abolition of intellectual property rights. B is also a wrong choice. Option C, private corporations should not be allowed to do agribusiness. This is extreme. If we are very clear in eliminating option A that we are not bothered about the agents, then the emphasis is not on either public research institutions nor the private corporations, especially author doesn't say that these corporations should not be allowed to do business. So we can eliminate third option as well. The right choice is option D. Present Indian circumstances do not favor the cultivation of genetically modified crops. The circumstances have to be changed and the priority should shift from pest resistant to resistance to drought and salinity and other stresses. Question number 2, on the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. The issue of effects of natural calamities on agriculture is not given due consideration by GM technology companies. Question number Statement 1. Statement 2 says in the long run, GM technology will not be able to solve agricultural problems arising due to global warming. Statement 1 is true. The reference is in the last sentence. Statement 2, in the long run, GM technology will not be able to solve agricultural problems in future. We cannot say. So second assumption is not valid. Answer is option A. Question number 3. Which one of the following is the most logical and rational inference that can be made from the above passage? Prabhu. This is one of the most challenging question, I feel. Perhaps the first instance we have reference to option A and option D. There are references. The third sentence of the passage says the arrival of new species almost always increases biological diversity in a region. That helps us, or that may have support to option D. And when you read the last sentence, you may find support to option A. But since the question asks to identify the most logical and rational inference, you have to consider the first sentence. The first sentence says most invasive species are neither terribly successful nor very harmful. The very opening sentence says neither successful nor harmful. If that's the case, then it's not possible to conclude that they should be used. When they are not successful, we cannot say that these plants or invasive species should be used. That helps us to eliminate option A and option D. There is no reference to loss. Answer is option C. Sometimes the campaigns against foreign plants are pointless. This looks to be valid because throughout the text, the author says that the invasive species are not or less of a nuisance. He says that the newcomers or the flood of newcomers drives no native species to extinction. Seems to justify that there's no need for us to worry about foreign plants. So option C is the answer for the third question. Question number 4. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Food safety is a complex issue that calls for a multi-pronged solution. Food safety is a complex issue that calls for a multi-pronged solution. This statement has reference in the text. There is a statement, surveillance of foodborne diseases involves a number of government agencies and entails a good training of inspection staff. So that's it, it's multi-pronged. Statement 2, great investments need to be made in developing the manpower for surveillance and training. Yes, of course, the same sentence carries reference. India needs to make sufficient legislation for governing food processing industry. Now, statement 3 is not valid because in the middle of the passage, you could find a sentence, people need to have awareness of adulteration and ways of complaining to the relevant authorities. There is a reference to relevant authorities, which means that the sufficient legislation is in place, which makes the third statement wrong. The answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 5, the passage seems to argue option A against the monopoly of builders and the interests of elite groups. There has been any specific group being mentioned. All it says that the entire city planning follows a static development plan, and the planning should change. It doesn't target any specific groups, therefore option A can be eliminated. So is the case for the second statement. This is little beyond the text. It doesn't argue or demand the need for global or smart cities. It just worries, it just laments the fact that our city planners still follow static development plan. So B can also be eliminated. Now between option C and option D, you may have a dilemma in choosing a choice, but if you observe closely, we can pick clues from the last sentence, wherein it says that the static development plan that draws exclusively from technical expertise, distanced from people's life experiences and needs, and actively excluding large number of people, places and activities and practices that are an integral part of the society. From the last sentence, we can exclude or we can eliminate option D. We are not discussing participation of people's groups, rather people's experience should be taken into account while a city is planned. And going by the last sentence, we can choose choice C as the answer, and question number 5, option C is the answer. Question number 6. The above passage seems to imply that most of modern economic growth is based on technological process. Much of modern Indian economy does not nurture sufficient symbiotic relationship with the labor-intensive, natural resource-based livelihoods. Service sector in India is not very labor-intensive. Literate rural population is not willing to enter organized sector. Of the 4 statements, the moment you read the 4th statement, you can easily eliminate, because 1, the passage doesn't say that rural population, especially literate rural population, is not willing. Statement 4 is invalid, so you can eliminate the options where statement 4 is present. That takes us to the other 2 choices, option 1 and option C, option A and option C. Statement 1 and statement 2 seems to be valid, so it's enough that we validate statement 3 because we have just 2 options. Statement 3 says service sector in India is not very labor intensive. The passage doesn't have any specific reference to this idea, therefore I consider statement 3 is invalid and answer is option A. Seventh one is slightly a tricky question, because though it is possible to understand the context of the passage, the 4 options presented to you are much closer. Let's see how far we can get the choice. Obviously by elimination you can reach the right choice. You have been asked to identify the most logical, rational, crucial inference. Look at option A. Efforts to bring people in India's hinterland into the banking system are not successful. The very first sentence itself gives you a clue that this is happening, therefore option A can be eliminated. Option B, for meaningful financial inclusion, India's banking system needs more number of banking correspondents and other such last mile workers. This is really a tricky option. There is a chance that you might reserve it or you might consider this to be a choice. We can hold it for a while. Option C, meaningful financial inclusion in India requires that banking correspondents have diverse skills. This can be eliminated. We are not, the passage doesn't argue for skill sets or the need for diverse skill sets among the banking correspondents. Rather, it talks about the incentives or the privileges given to banking correspondents. So, which indirectly says that the correspondents are skillful. C can be eliminated. Option D, better banking outreach would be impossible unless each banking correspondent is allowed to serve a number of banks. Now consider these 2 options. Option B talks about number of banking correspondents. Option D talks about the privilege to banking correspondent. if you read the sentence or if there is a clue which is specifically talking about, yet India's banking regulator has restricted them to serving only one bank. Considering that sentence as a clue, we can eliminate option B and arrive at the answer as option D for question number 7. Question number 21. Which one of the following is the most logical, rational and crucial inference that can be derived from the above passage? Option A says a better regulatory system will help India achieve the size of economy appropriate to its population. Can be considered. Option B, in a competitive global economy, India must use, this is slightly extreme language, India must use regulation strategically, which may mean that it is not using so. So B can be eliminated. Option C, regulations in India do not favor its integration with today's hyper competitive global economy. We cannot say do not favor. It's happening partially, or it's happening perhaps unconvincingly from the past. That what we can consider, that what we can understand. Option D, job creation and economic growth should be dominant considerations in developing India's regulatory system. You're talking about, there is a reference in the text where the sentence reads, often regulations fail to consider impacts on job and economic growth. Taking that as a clue, we can eliminate this, and option A can be taken as a choice because there is enough clue in the opening sentence as well as in the third sentence. India especially needs an effective long-term regulatory system based on collaboration rather than the current top-down approach. So the current regulatory system should be made better. Answer is option A for question number 21. Question number 22. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. In today's global economy, regulations are not effectively used to protect local markets. There has been that reference. It says regulations may be used to protect local markets. When there is a reference to a statement directly wherein the keyword is may, regulations may be used to protect local markets, we cannot say are not effectively. So statement 1 is invalid. Going by the last sentence, we can consider this assumption to be valid. Answer for this question is second statement only, option B. Question number 23. Which one of the following is the most logical, rational and crucial inference that can be derived from the above passage? I would say this question is slightly easier going by the tools of elimination. We are not discussing the treatment of malnourished children. The passage stops with identifying the cause of malnourishment. So the options that discusses the treatment of malnourishment can be eliminated. So option A gets eliminated. So is the case with option B. The guts of malnourished babies should be inoculated. That again relates to the idea of treatment. Option D is completely irrelevant. There is no reference to policy implications. Right choice is option C. We do have such a reference where there is a sentence that says, according to some studies, the chemical composition of mother's milk has shown that the presence of modified sugar sialylated oligosaccharides. This is not utilized by the baby for its own nutrition. So going by that reference and the next sentence, however, the bacteria constituting the infant's microbiome thrive on this sugar which serve as their food. So going by this, we can consider option C as the crucial inference for this passage. Answer is option C for question number 23. Question number 24. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Processed probiotic foods are a solution to treat the children. I already said at the beginning for question number 23, the passage doesn't talk about the treatment. So statement 1 can be eliminated. Statement 2 is true and the answer is option B. Question number 25. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Regions of glacier warm faster than other regions due to global warming. It is true because the first sentence says than the global average over the past 5 decades. So have risen nearly 5 times faster than. That indicates statement 1 is valid. Second statement, global warming can lead to sea floor sedimentation in some areas. Yes, it is true. Statement 3, melting glaciers can reduce marine biodiversity in some areas. For all these 3 we have references. The last sentence says that they believe increased levels of suspended sediment in water to be the cause of the dwindling biodiversity in the coastal region. So yes, melting glaciers can reduce marine biodiversity in some areas. Answer is option D. 1, 2 and 3. Question number 26. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Statement 1, global warming is a frequently occurring natural phenomenon. From the given passage, there is no reference to say that there's no reference to say that this is frequently occurring natural phenomenon. Statement 1 is invalid. From the reference, perhaps in the past this hadn't affected small animals. That doesn't make us to conclude the impending global warming will not affect small mammals. So statement 2 is also valid. Statement 2 is also invalid. The right choice is option 3. We do have reference for this. This dramatic decline in energy flow means modern ecosystems are not adapting as easily as they did in the past. So that's because of human activity. Question number 26, option B, 3 only. Question number 27, on the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Humans have been the main reason for the large-scale extinction of plant species. Statement 1. Statement 2, consumption of food mainly from locally cultivated crops ensures crop diversity. Statement 3, the present style of production and distribution of food will finally lead to the problem of food scarcity in the near future. And statement 4 says our food security may depend on our ability to preserve the locally cultivated varieties of crops. There has been a reference in the text where it says that our heavy dependence on a few high yielding varieties and technology driven production and distribution of food is causing the dwindling. So when these are considered to be the major causes, then dependence or consumption of locally cultivated crops is almost not possible. So we can eliminate these two statements. Statement 2 and statement 4 can be eliminated, and from the context provided, we can conclude statement 1 and 3 are valid. Answer is option A. Question number 41. What's the main idea that we can infer from the passage? Untouchability in India has not been taken seriously by political theorists. This is the most tempting wrong answer choice. This is not the answer. The last sentence has reference to untouchability, and that is being cited as an example. If you read through the passage once again, you will understand this is a trap deliberately set. Option B, historical injustice is inevitable in any society, perhaps seems to be right, and is always beyond repair. From the history of repair, in the last sentence, we cannot conclude that this is beyond repair, so B can also be eliminated. Social discrimination and deprivation have their roots in bad economies. There isn't any reference to this, therefore we can consider option D as the choice. It is difficult, if not possible, to repair every manifestation of historical injustice. We have more than one clues. One is the author talks about the factors that account for resistance to repair. That indicates repair is difficult, if not impossible. Question number 42. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Removal of economic discrimination leads to removal of social discrimination. Your passage talks about economic deprivation. Economic depravity or deprivation and economic discrimination, there is one clue that you can discriminate these two ideas. And we cannot say that if the removal of economic discrimination leads to removal of social discrimination, because your text says that the category is complex. Statement 1 can be eliminated. Democratic polity is the best way to repair historical wrongs. There has been only one example been provided. From that, we cannot conclude that this is the best way. So for this question, it's neither 1 nor 2. Question number 43. On the basis of the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Statement 1, a society without well-educated people cannot be transformed into a modern society. The very opening sentence talks about education playing a great transformatory role. So statement 1 is valid because only educated people or well-educated people can bring in transformation. Statement 2, without acquiring culture, a person's education is not complete. You do have a direct reference in the text which says that a merely well-informed man is only a bore on God's earth. So that brings in the necessity of acquiring culture. So statement 2 is also valid. Answer for this question is both 1 and 2. Option C. Question number 44. This is very much an interesting question, and there are chances for you to make mistakes in this question because understanding the text is easier. So I won't think that you would have skipped this question. Let's see how you have avoided traps for this question. Question number 1, large-scale soil erosion is a major reason for widespread food insecurity in the world. Second statement, soil erosion is mainly anthropogenic. Soil erosion is mainly anthropogenic, that's because of human activity. Nowhere in the text the cause for soil erosion is stated. So there is a chance that you might be tempted to pick this choice. Statement 2 is invalid. That helps us to eliminate option C and option D. Between, of course, that lands us to the right choice. Answer is 3. Statement only is valid, and the choice is option B. Sustainable management of soil helps in combating climate change. We'll continue after a short break.